90-Day Fiancés Sarper and Shekina respond to divorce rumors by revealing what's next for them. Sarper, Güven and Shekina Garner from 90-Day Fiancé revealed if they're heading to 90-Day, the last resort next, since hinting at a divorce. Sarper is from Istanbul, Turkey, and met Shekina from Los Angeles on a dating app. While Sarper had been married before, he had never been in love. Sarper slept with more than 2,500 women, but Shekina became his first girlfriend. At first, Sarper was the controlling one in the relationship. When he came to America, the tables turned. Shekina started tracking Sarper, who, in turn, felt like he was depressed and losing his independence. Sarper almost didn't marry Shekina. They revealed they had marriage issues even after their iconic 90-Day Fiancé bedding. Sarper and Shekina seemed ready to end their relationship. Sarper and Shekina seemingly got a happy ending at the tell-all, but things are not going well between them in real life. Sarper and Shekina had a chat with Swoon where they discussed what's happened since their decision to get therapy, which they revealed at the tell-all. Shekina confirmed that their next goal as a couple would be to get therapy. "We've had a few sessions," Shekina confessed. "We need more, for sure, but at least we started, you know? It's almost like dating." Shekina spoke about Sarper being resistant to getting therapy at first, but finally agreeing to it was the biggest thing. She admitted that it was hard for them to find a good therapist. She compared it to going on a lot of first dates and finding one that's a good fit. Without revealing the name, Shekina mentioned they found a good one and that they need to talk to him more often. What Sarper and Shekina going to therapy means for relationship. Why Sarper's commitment issues still haunt his marriage with Shekina. Shekina and Sarper share strong, similar personalities that often clash, especially when one wants to change something in the relationship. They had even tried therapy before getting married. However, Sarper, who saw himself as the alpha in the relationship, was hesitant. In his culture, therapy is often seen as a sign of weakness for men, and maintaining a sense of masculinity is deeply important to them. However, Shekina stood her ground when it came to getting Sarper to shed his bad boy image. She successfully influenced his mindset, helping him grow and mature within the relationship. Still, her constant emphasis on being the one making all the sacrifices began to backfire. Sarper pulled away, and his renewed fear of commitment left Shekina feeling frustrated and disappointed. Shekina felt that Sarper wasn't taking responsibility in their relationship. However, recent updates suggest he's now taking his career as a personal trainer and comedian more seriously. He's even open to couples therapy, showing he genuinely cares about Shekina, and no longer sees their marriage as temporary. Sarper draws inspiration from his parents, who have been married for over 45 years. Our take on Sarper and Shekina's therapy update. Why Shekina and Sarper chose therapy over happily ever after. Shekina and Sarper should ideally have been featured in the next season of Happily Ever After. However, going to therapy instead shows that their marriage has hardly seen any happy days since the bedding. Things have taken an interesting turn in the pair's lives compared to other 90-Day Fiancé couples. It remains to be seen if the couple's therapy sessions manage to help fix whatever's broken between them. 90-Day Fiancés Sarper and Shekina leave home for shocking new adventure after divorce news. Sarper, Güven and Shekina Garner from 90-Day Fiancé left their home in Los Angeles to embark on a new trip across the United States. The couple was recently featured in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, where they faced several challenges on the road to marriage. Just a month after their unconventional bedding ceremony, their relationship began to deteriorate. During the 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all, Sarper and Shekina admitted that they were no longer getting along, with Sarper confessing that he didn't enjoy being married. They had multiple heated arguments on and off camera, leading many fans to believe they might end up divorced. Despite the challenges, Sarper and Shekina have managed to keep their relationship strong and recently revealed that they are happy together, dismissing any speculation of a possible divorce. Shekina and Sarper have started to enjoy their marriage and recently embarked on a new travel adventure. Shekina shared some beautiful pictures with Sarper from their escapade. In the caption, she expressed, "Love exploring the US with you." When an Instagram user, It's Becky Boop, asked, "Where are you guys?" Shekina excitedly responded, "Utah." Although Sarper enjoyed the trip, which involved fishing, he mentioned, "Sarper and Wild was fun, but I think I'm more a city guy." What Shekina and Sarper's Utah adventure means for relationship. Shekina and Sarper want to create beautiful new memories. Shekina and Sarper have always had a troubled relationship. Although they appear to love each other, they have distinctly different personalities. Sarper is perceived as a controlling partner, while Shekina appears self-centered and sometimes struggles to understand Sarper's needs, including the sacrifice he made by leaving his family in Turkey to move to the United States. They were unable to have any meaningful discussions during the tell-all due to their tendency to argue. Shekina even suggested that only therapy could improve their relationship. However, things seem to have improved for them since then. Shekina and Sarper have rekindled their bond and seem excited about their future together. This getaway to Utah shows that they are committed to reconnecting with each other after experiencing rocky moments in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. They are ready to move past the drama and escape the everyday stress in Los Angeles by seeking solace in nature in Utah. This vacation may represent a fresh start for the couple, as they create new memories and leave their past drama behind. Our take on Shekina and Sarper bonding after relationship troubles. Shekina and Sarper seem determined to salvage their relationship. Viewers witnessed Shekina and Sarper constantly arguing during the 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all, sparking rumors that they might decide to break up. However, the couple's recent trip to Utah has made it clear that they aren't giving up on each other and are committed to working on their relationship. Shekina and Sarper want to show that their love will endure despite the odds, and they don't want to be seen as a doomed couple. By traveling together, the 90 Day Fiancé couple hopes to resolve their conflicts and show how happy they can be as a couple. 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper and Shekina reveal their future with the franchise after Season 11 tell-all. While Sarper and Shekina Güven did not arrive at the 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all together, the fan-favorite couple left hand in hand. Following the tell-all, Swung caught up with the couple to discuss their future plans and where they stand with their Season 11 castmates. According to Sarper, everything has been going better in their lives since the tell-all. Sarper shared, "I'm doing stand-up comedy, and I am progressing so quickly, and in 1 month, I will come to the level that I was dreaming of, almost a professional level. Then I will start an American tour." He added, "I'm a man of mission right now." Shekina, who is frequently the source of his jokes, praised her husband's budding stand-up career. She told Swun, "I'm proud of him. It's always about me, but luckily, I'm a good sport. I'm just rolling with the punches, laughing along." Outside of stand-up, the couple has been spending time with Shekina's daughter, Sophie, who is currently on summer break from school. Shekina also confessed that trying to get past this whirlwind of post-tell-all stuff going around right now. Or, as Sarper put it, post-tell-all syndrome. For the couple, one of the most positive moments during the tell-all was when Sarper surprised Shekina with a wedding ring on stage. When asked why he decided to give Shekina the ring at the tell-all, Sarper revealed, "I promised her, because she always ate my brain, wedding band, wedding ring, wedding band. Normally, in Turkey, we buy one ring. But here, there are a lot of rituals. I said, okay, I will buy you one day. I started to work here. I started to make money. And she always was saying that I'm not keeping my promises. The tell-all was a great place to show that I'm keeping my promises in front of everyone. It was such a shock," Shekina recalled. "I was so excited. I was just overwhelmed. I didn't expect it because he did already give me an engagement ring, so I really wanted the wedding band. I didn't expect a whole new engagement ring and wedding band. So that was a big surprise." As for her original engagement ring, Shekina told Swun, "The original engagement ring that he gave me, I really loved. And he got that ring in Turkey, it was really special to me. It's so special to me always, because that's the ring he proposed to me with." According to Shekina, she needed a safer ring because the diamond setting was just so high. Describing the original engagement ring that Sarper had given her, she stated, "It projected off of my finger, and I kept cutting myself with it, which is weird. It was just a high, sharp setting, which is gorgeous but dangerous." Looking back at their wedding in bed, or bedding as they called it, Shekina revealed that they chose to get married in such a unique way because they spend so much of their time in bed. From starting the day in bed to ending the day back in the same place, the location felt natural. As Shekina listed the activities they do in bed, Sarper was quick to comment, "Say asterisk there. We are a unique couple," Sarper explained. "Whatever we do, there's something not normal. I thought it would be affordable, but it was not, by the way. I'm underlining that part." He continued, "It came out good. First, I thought, will it be cheesy, or something like in bed? Because, I mean, you saw me with a vest and bow tie only, something like Chippendales. But it didn't come out like that." Shekina added, "The bedding was sexy, classy, elegant, and timeless." Plus, Sarper couldn't pass up the epic bed/wedding pun. Leaving the tell-all, Shekina shared that their next goal as a couple was going to therapy. "We've had a few sessions," Shekina shared. "We need more, for sure, but at least we started, you know?" That was the biggest thing with Sarper, being resistant to it and finally agreeing to do it. The couple also admitted that it was hard to find a therapist who was a good fit. It's almost like dating. You have to have a lot of first dates with therapists until you find the one that's a good fit for you. And I feel like we found a good one. We just need to talk to him more often, more than therapy," Sarper told Swan. "I think people start to learn each other. That's the important thing in a relationship. We are still having arguments, but right now, we recover a lot more quickly and recover better from them." On a personal level, Sarper revealed, "I always say my parents are married for 45 years, and they have fights every day, but they forget in 10 minutes. Then, what are we eating for dinner? I just want to be like this. Because we are Scorpios, both of our characters are sharp and we can get mad easily, but we have to forget it and keep going." As for their goal to move out of their apartment, Shekina and Sarper are still working on it. "Our place is very small," Shekina commented. "I want a bigger place together, one that we find and make a home together. Where that home will be is still up in the air." "Let's be clear," Sarper interjected. "Everyone knows that she wants to live in Miami. I'm not so close to that idea because of the weather. So humid. In his perfect world, they'd be living in Turkey." Having starred on 2 seasons of 90 Day Fiancé, the other way before making their debut on the franchise's flagship show, Shekina and Sarper are no strangers to 90 Day Fiancé's incredibly vocal online fanbase. In the beginning, Shekina recalled, "People didn't believe we were a real couple. I don't know why. Originally, we wanted to share our love story with the world because we thought our story was so special and our love is so unique. We wanted to give people hope that they could find love." Now that they've been featured on 3 seasons, Shekina revealed, "I think slowly, they've started to come around and see that our love is real." As Sarper put it, "In the first 2 seasons that we were in, there was hate. They were in total hate, because I think people didn't believe in us. Since then, Sarper believes that fans of the show have seen their sincerity. We are giving 100% sacrifices for this relationship, and they have started to respect us. Right now, everything has changed, and I'm happy to see that progress. Especially for Shekina. Right now, people start to see her character, especially after this." The couple also revealed that while they are not actively planning on appearing in another season of 90 Day Fiancé, they would do anything for the fans who have been with them since day one of their relationship. "If they want to document us," Sarper confessed, "we cannot say no to them. As Shekina put it, we've involved so many people in our love story at this point, we owe it to them to let them know what's happening next." We also received an inkling that a specific throuple won't be involved in their relationship going forward. At least, that's the message we took from Sarper's careful answer to whether they keep in touch with any of the other cast members from season 11. We speak with all couples, only couples. This 90-day fiancé couple's marital trouble claims just don't add up. There is one 90-day fiancé couple whose marital trouble claims aren't adding up. 90-day fiancé season 11 just wrapped up, and Shekina Garner and Sarper Güven's marriage was in a very hot and cold place. Shekina and Sarper were originally featured in 90-day fiancé, the other way seasons 5 and 6, when the pair were trying to figure out what they wanted their future to look like. Despite which, the pair decided to get married. However, when they showed up to the season 11 tell-all, they had a lot of resentment towards one another. Sarper had moved out for 10 days, less than a month after their wedding. They spent the night before the tell-all in separate rooms, and Shekina spent Christmas alone. However, they may be putting up a false front. Sarper doesn't rely on Shekina in America. Shekina said Sarper has more assets than her. Shekina and Sarper were painting an interesting financial picture leading up to 90-day fiancé season 11. The pair had an agreement that Sarper would pay for Shekina's trips to Turkey, since she was doing all the traveling. However, it was unclear how Sarper afforded that given he is only a fitness instructor and lost half his clientele when Shekina said he couldn't train females. On Shekina's side, she came off as very rich because she was able to afford plastic surgeries, put her daughter through boarding school, and live a lavish-looking LA lifestyle. But during 90-day fiancé season 11, when Shekina and Sarper were talking to Shekina's friends and the idea of a prenup came up, there was some alarming news. Shekina said a prenup would be wise, but Sarper was very against it. Shekina protested that a prenup would help Sarper too, since he had more assets than her. So in season 11, when Sarper says he is relying on Shekina, it doesn't really make sense. It seems like the dynamic and portrayal they are trying to show is not entirely accurate when it comes to their finances and how they arrange them. Sarper being a divorcee was convenient news. Sarper said he never loved anyone but Shekina. Even though Shekina and Sarper had been on 2 seasons of The Other Way, there was a huge piece of news that fans didn't find out until season 11. The pair had previously dropped the bomb that Sarper had a child that he never saw, and that Sarper wanted a child with Shekina. However, that storyline and huge conversation were dropped in favor of a different narrative. In season 11, Sarper divulged that he had been married before. Usually, that means someone is in love, but Sarper has sworn up and down that he's only ever loved Shekina. Sarper being a divorcee was convenient news because it added another layer to his and Shekina's drama. It almost seemed fabricated since Sarper being a player before Shekina was an idea that heavily pushed between the pair. So when Shekina and Sarper detail their marital problems, it's hard to tell whether they are setting the optics up to echo how Sarper felt about his first divorce, which was that he regretted it. Sarper and Shekina were spotted with Sarper's parents. Things are better than they're letting on. Another reason why Sarper and Shekina might be fooling 90-day fiancé fans is because, during the tell-all, they came back together in a mushy way after an ugly fight when Sarper gave Shekina an overdue sizable wedding ring. The gesture seemed planned and is suspect considering how much disdain they had for one another shortly before that moment. Moreover, Shekina and Sarper were recently spotted by a 90-day fiancé fan, via u/Polish Snake 2 on Reddit, with Sarper's parents. The foursome were stateside as they were catching a flight from Miami to LA. Things must be better than they are letting on if Sarper's parents, whom he is very close to, were able to come to America and visit the pair. The 90DF alumni couple seem to inflate their issues on screen, when things aren't in peril in real life. Sarper and Shekina want to retain the 90-day fiancé spotlight. Which show is in their future next? Shekina and Sarper could have an angle to the tactic of high-emotion drama on screen versus a relatively normal life off-screen. They could be trying to retain their 90-day fiancé spotlight by coming up with new angles and dynamics in their relationship that lead them to have strong reactions that draw viewers. With their alleged marital problems, Shekina and Sarper could be gearing up to try and be cast on the 90-day, The Last Resort spin-off, which is a therapy-style show. Shekina is also no stranger to reality TV, as she was previously on Baggage and Millionaire Matchmaker, so her goal may be to retain her celebrity. Moreover, there were rumors that Shekina, Sarper, and her family would get their own spin-off, as her family had a Kardashian-like vibe. In any case, Sarper and Shekina may be trying to present themselves as authentically as they can, and they have as many wild problems as they portray. However, there are certain things that happen on screen versus in real life that don't add up. The 90 Day Fiancé franchise gives many cast members with played-out and predictable storylines screen time after time, and Sarper and Shekina, regardless of their authenticity, may be one of them. I hope she loves me. 90 Day Fiancé's Sarper Güven opens up about marital issues with Shekina Garner. Sarper Güven's recent confession about his marriage has left 90 Day Fiancé fans questioning the stability of his relationship with Shekina Garner. During a candid appearance on the Sarah Fraser show, the Turkish reality star revealed concerning doubts about their union. He shared, during the June 25th episode, "We are still trying our best. We have problems, a lot of ups and downs. But we love each other, I hope she loves me." This couple's journey began during season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way when